There is a cry that never comes out of the mouth. It lives deep in the soul. Today, this is one of those cries I am sending to you. I am tired of carrying fake masks in front of the world, while my soul is bleeding in silence every second. I laugh in front of people, but inside I am crying like a raging ocean that no one can see. There are questions I ask you with no clear answers. Why is my path always filled with thorns that keep hurting me? Why every time I rise, life makes me fall again? Is it you who forgot me, or me who stopped hearing you? I search for you in temples, I cannot find you. I call you in the darkness, my voice gets lost too. But there is a small breath inside me, whispering softly, even when you don't see me, I never leave you alone, my child. Touch me today, God, I can't go on anymore. My soul is on the ground, my heart is completely broken. I don't have the strength to take another step if you don't hold my hand. I am completely finished. Oh, touch me today, God. Come deep inside me, where no one can see, where pain is consuming me. Fix what is broken, heal what I cannot express, because you alone understand my silent cry. There are moments I even doubt my own existence. I look at myself and I don't recognize who I am. I am lost in my thoughts, lost on my path, like a homeless soul, searching for a tomorrow. I remember the day I called you with all my heart. I saw nothing change, but you changed me. Because in the middle of despair, you placed the seed of faith, a small light shining, even when everything was dark. It wasn't a miracle I needed, it was your presence. Because when you are there, even hell cannot hold me anymore. You are the God who walks in silence. You speak in pain, you reveal yourself in absence. You break pride to build truth, you turn lost souls into faithful witnesses. You are fire that does not burn but purifies. You are water that does not flow but cleanses. You are a voice that cannot be heard, shakes the heart. You are the love that keeps me alive even when I feel dead. Touch me today, God, I can't go on anymore. that is where I always find my rest. Today, I don't say I am strong. I don't say I don't fall anymore. But I know one thing: when I cannot, that is where you begin. And if I am still alive, it is because one day you touched me when I could no longer continue. There is a place in the human soul where words never reach, where even tears are afraid to fall. That's where I was when I sent out that cry. I didn't only lose things, I lost myself. I was walking, but inside I had already died in silence. Every smile I gave was a well-dressed lie, because the truth is, I didn't want to live the way I was living anymore. I was filled with unanswered questions. My heart became a battlefield where pain took control without mercy. I was calling out, but all I heard was the echo of my own voice, as if the sky had closed, as if God had completely forgotten me. But there comes a moment when the masks fall, when your strength stops making sense, when you can no longer even lie to yourself. That's where the cry is born. Not from the mouth, but from the soul. My cry reached heaven, and God answered me. Enough for me to breathe again. I remember that night when I was completely broken. There were no words, only silence and tears that wouldn't stop falling. I didn't pray like before, I had no strength for that. It was just a sigh, a broken cry. God help me, and that's where He came. Not like a storm, but like a peace that does not come from this world. A warmth that filled the cold of my soul. A light that didn't shine for the eyes, but awakened my spirit. He didn't lift me up in a single moment, but He held me while I was slowly rising. He didn't remove my cross, but He came to carry it with me. God doesn't always answer the way you expect, but He always answers where you need Him most. He breaks you to enter where pride had closed the door. He is silent, so you can hear truth without noise. He lets you fall to show you his hand is stronger than the ground. You thought he was far away, but he was working in depths where human eyes cannot reach. Because God doesn't only change lives, he transforms the nature of the soul. My cry reached heaven, and God answered me. He took my ashes and turned them into a living testimony. Now I stand not as someone who never fell, but as someone God lifted after breaking him. My cry reached heaven, and it transformed me from despair into a faith that depends on nothing else. I don't need everything to be perfect anymore, because I found him, and he is enough for me. If you ever reach the point where you can't go on anymore, don't be afraid, because that's where many people end, but that's where God begins. And I'm not telling you this because I heard it. I'm telling you this because I lived it. My cry reached heaven, and God did not stay silent. My cry reached heaven, and God did not stay silent.
There is a void that has no name, a silence that makes more noise than any scream. Not every ending makes noise. There are endings that break you inside without anyone noticing. That's where I was when everything had ended. I didn't only lose what I had, I lost my sense of self. I didn't even know who I was anymore, or why I was still living. Every morning I woke up, my life had become a burden. Every breath felt heavy like a sin. I couldn't even understand how I was walking, but inside me had already stopped. I was living, but my soul had already closed its door. I had reached a point where even hope was afraid to stay, where even faith felt like a word I could no longer hold. And in all that chaos, I didn't see God. I felt alone, abandoned, forgotten. It wasn't because I was strong that I kept going. It was because I had no choice. It wasn't because I believed. It wasn't because I believed. It was because I didn't even have the strength to stop believing completely. And then I let go, not in front of people, but inside me. When everything ends, that's where God begins. Not where the eyes can see, but where the soul can feel. When everything almost collapsed, He entered without noise. He That's where everything truly began. I remember that night when I couldn't even cry anymore, because even tears had dried out in the pain of my body. I was sitting, eyes open, but I couldn't see anything. It was like my soul had lost connection with me. And in that emptiness, where everything made no sense, a presence without noise slowly entered me. No voice, no words, but everything started to change. It wasn't outside,
It was deep inside me,
where fear used to live,
where wounds were hidden.
it entered there. It didn't speak, but it made my heart remember I am not alone. God doesn't always come to save what you are losing, because sometimes what you are losing is what was silently destroying you. He doesn't always turn on the outer light,
Because he wants to light the inner truth.
he doesn't always answer your questions,
Because he wants to make you
become the answer when everything ends. It's not because he wasn't there, it's because he was waiting for you to reach the point where you have nothing left, so he can become everything. When everything ends, that's where God begins.
I don't say it as a
I
phrase.
say it as a mark on my soul,
I was empty, I was broken, I was lost.
but that's where he found me, truly found me.
Everything ends.
I discovered him not as an outside miracle, but as a presence living inside me today. I don't need everything to be perfect anymore, because I found him and he never ends. If you've reached the point where you have nothing left, don't think it's your end, because I was there in that same darkness, in that same emptiness, and there,
Without noise,
without warning, God began.